This is Manchester United we're talking about.
This is Man United we're talking about.
This is Manchester 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 United we're talking about.
Oh, this is Manchester United we're talking about.
It's Manchester United we're talking about. Manchester United we're talking about here.
This is Manchester United we're talking about.
This is Manchester United we're talking about.
This is Manchester United we're talking about.
I mean, this is Manchester United we're talking about.
This is Manchester United we're talking about.
This is Manchester United we're talking about.
It's Man United we're talking about. It's Man United we're talking about. It is Man United we're talking about. It's Manchester United we're talking about.
It's Man United we're talking about. This is Man United we're talking about.
It's Manchester United we're talking about.
We're talking about Manchester United.
Yes, people, make sure you smash the likes on the way as well, because it's super important. 200 in the house. Love to see that nice and early. We got a little bit of news to talk about, but nothing extravagant. We're making a signing. We're in advanced negotiations. Guess who? A kid from Southampton that I've never heard of. I've never heard of this kid. But yeah. So who are we talking about? We're going to be talking about Gyokeres. We're going to be talking about Zirkzee, Osimhen stuff. I'm gonna have my 2 pence on that part, and then obviously Antony offer as well, which is absolutely pathetic in my opinion. So anywho, there's loads of you in here. Big up Gaz Elliott, big up Obi, I support Cass, big up Saif in the building, Big Country, Labo, Destroyer. Is this how you say your name, Venetia? Big up yourself as well, Georgie and Sonny Milan and the rest of you lot as well. So yeah, there's a lot going on, but not a lot going on at the same time. And didn't go live last night because, well, I was just too tired. I'll be real. Like it hit about 12. I was still on never a foul and getting all this vert stuff done and spoken about. And it's just like, oh, you could have dropped that today, maybe not last night. Could have done without that. But here we are, right? That's all that matters. Can't believe Sir Alex FC. What do you mean? I don't understand that. What do you mean by this? Have I missed something? Have I missed something? Let me double check, because you lot are getting me let me see. Is there something about Sir Alex? Nope. Anyways, let's get a move on. Dibbling. What about Dibbling? I've not seen anything. I think he's been linked with Tottenham, and that's about it. Yeah, I think that's about it. But yeah, Gyokeres. Apparently, he's forcing a transfer. So the other day, which I denied myself, Record Portugal came out saying, you know, Gyokeres is unhappy, and he's you know, they kind of basically said that he's going to go on strike in the first place, and that Sporting are not going to accept a 70 million or 60 plus 10 million euro bid if it does come in for someone like Gyokeres. It's going to be doubtful. So they want something along the lines of 10 million more, and not that it's a lot. If we do converter of euros to pounds, if I'm correct, it's going to be something along the lines of 64, 65, 66 million. So if they want 80 million pounds, euros, then it's going to cost a hefty fee at the moment if you're going to do, you know, the transfers over. So realistically, they're going to want 70 million, which is like 62 plus 10, which is like another 6, or maybe even a little bit less. I don't think it's the worst case scenario in the world, but the fact that now we've got Gyokeres swearing an oath basically not to return to pre-season, let alone returning to any sort of training. You know what? If that's probably more of a boost for Man United. I don't know how firm this president of Sporting Lisbon is, but he's quite assured of himself that he won't be leaving for anything, you know, of a short price. He says, threats, blackmail, and insults don't work on me. I can confirm that Gyokeres will not leave for 60 million plus 10 million add-ons. I never promised them that. The game his agent is playing is only making things worse. So, yeah, you know what? It's right up in the air about him. And it kind of confirms if he's going to leave and United want, then I don't really see him getting over the line until July. I'll be real, because it's the 10th of June at the moment, and there's lots of different bits and bobs going on with United. And I don't know if the Club World Cup affects a lot of these moves, but again, it's kind of going a little bit slow. You know, we even got like word on Rashford. Apparently, he's 40% done. There's no offers that have been made for Rashford, let alone any other club coming for him, aka your Barcelona's. You know, even with Batiste, they're going to try and come with this Antony offer, and we all know it's going to be pathetic. Garnacho's just all talk at the moment. A lot of talk, no action. So it's going to be a bit difficult for United to probably get this one done as soon as possible, even after Mbeumo. We've been, you know, quoted by many journalists along the lines of saying that, you know, after Mbeumo, the focus is going to be on outgoings, so don't really expect any incomings. That's the overall message. He's not wasting time. He's not worth wasting time. We need to go get Mateta. I agree. I think he'd definitely be a choice of mine. I still would love the thought of getting Osimhen, if possible. But it's just like, I feel like Man United and Amorim are obsessed on getting someone like Gyokeres over the line. It will take some time. For me, if we get Mbeumo, we should get Dibbling next season for backup. And also, why aren't we linked to midfield? And Cass, I also know the reason why we aren't linked to a lot because of Amorim. I just think we're not linked with any midfielders because the club don't want us to know who the midfielder links are, considering that we already know the process is we got the left 10, we're going to get a right 10, then we're going to get a striker, then we're looking at goalkeepers and midfielders afterwards. Just because you don't exactly like it, you can't exactly say, oh, it must be the manager's fault. I mean, the manager doesn't, I thought the manager doesn't come up with the names that are being transfer listed. Oh, sorry, that being shortlisted to come in the club. That's down to the club, not because of Amorim. We all know, we've already been quoted that we're going to go get a midfielder. I don't know how many times I have to say on this fucking channel. Batiste can pay up or shut up. They've just had 30 million euros from Cardoso sell. They want a loan with an option, no chance. Sell them to Atletico instead. Must be 35 to 45 euro sell, end of. And I think they're about to get Teo Hernandez as well for quite a cheap price. And they might be saying Reynaldo. He's linked with Forest. So if they go get that, that's a major upgrade for them, and they probably make a little bit of money as well. We're interested in one wing back, but not anyone of choice. I think that's like the very, very end, in my opinion. I don't really see in a world where United is going to target a wing back this summer unless everything goes correct. Deals would be done in July as it starts as the new payroll year. Yeah, but it doesn't mean you can't. That's like pen to paper. You can get an agreement now, but then get the pen to paper after July, you know, and put it in the books. Then it doesn't really stop anything going on. Let's be real. Even now, with this transfer window closed, you can't officially register a player, but it doesn't mean you can't get a deal agreed, of course. It's stupid. That's an absolute downgrade, in my opinion, Antony. I'd rather not. You know, the striker will come when he needs to come, I suppose. You can't get everything done. You might join up mid-preseason. If Sporting don't have a striker pre-season, he's gone on a strike, then it's like, well, they don't have a striker either. So, I mean, I think they got Polinia. Not the worst case scenario for them, but they're going to want money, aren't they? It might be a win-win situation for United regardless. It's just that for me, the whole thing going on with Gyokeres is just it's a matter of time, and patience is a virtue. That's just the way I see it. It's just that we're getting a little bit, again, I say it every single stream, we're getting a little bit too greedy, a little bit too impatient. It's 10 days in and we expect big news because we've had big news. We need to get a move on, but I feel like United can I think this is going to get longed out. You know, the goalkeeper situation is all dependent on how quick Onana can get removed. Does Onana want to leave? Is there any realistic offers coming in for him? That's the only unfortunate part for me. So if he goes, the goalkeeper situation gets sorted out rather quickly. We got linked to another goalkeeper today from in France, I think, if I'm correct. Is it the Lille goalkeeper? I don't know who. What can't be the Lille goalkeeper. That's the one I like. I can't remember which goalkeeper it is. Onana needs to stay. You do not support Man United, that's for sure. I mean, Sporting director playing hardball and hard to get. Could be the case. Could be the case. Till then, let's focus on midfield and goalkeeper. I'd say so. I wouldn't. If you know what, if it comes down to wanting to get this striker done, I kind of agree with that. It's okay, cool. We know that this is until sales happen. I don't actually think we can get a goalkeeper, midfielder, let alone a striker, anyways. So it doesn't actually do much. I mean, it'd be nice to be in talks with another midfielder, maybe a Douglas Luiz of the world. I mean, I'd take him in a heartbeat. So and that might even be a loan option. So that could be like a stopgap potentially. So Man United can rebuild for next year. Might even like Douglas Luiz, could do really well, but that's just an off comment. There's no real links to him yet. He's just got links to Forest, and they're getting weaker by the day itself. By the reason why Amram didn't come with Gyokeres in the first place, because we were led to believe they had a gentleman's agreement with the club to allow him go for 60 million euros. Who is lying? Or someone's lying, because last time we got told by Fabrizio Romano, their gentleman's agreement was something between 65 and 75 million euros. So it's a bit of a clusterfuck. I just don't want it to become a Frankie de Jong saga where we're chasing, and then the player might decide, oh, I want to stay. But I don't think that's the case, because I do believe he wants to leave, and Frankie de Jong wanted to stay and honor his, basically his pockets. I think Mons was right on the Giroud argument. That's a case for another day. Please, why not Osimhen? Good and strong. Africa, Manchester United don't have a strong player like him. We need him. I love Osimhen. I feel like the Osimhen one's a little bit more simple, but it comes down to the same argument that we're kind of providing right now. Until we sell someone, we're not getting anyone. We need people to go out the door. This whole Sancho thing, I see this reports today. Look, I think Dortmund want him, but it's up to him if he wants this sort of pay cut of some sort, And if he doesn't, then United are going to be forced to send him to the gulag, and he's going to go out on a free. So it's a bit difficult. I want Donnarumma and Vanya to replace, well, you can keep dreaming. Donnarumma is about to sign a new contract for PSG, and Vanya might, well, now that Maignan is staying at AC Milan, Vanya's going to be on the list. Again, until Onana goes, we're not getting nobody in. And I don't even know what's going to happen with being there. This is my thing. It's like we should be getting rid of Nashers straight away. I mean, I'd love to see something say, Garnacho's in advanced talks with said club. It's just, again, it's just time of the essence again. It's a waiting game. And you know what? Most transfer windows get like this. It started off really well, and now it's going a little bit, it's fizzing out a little bit. And I feel like this club definitely are chasing Emi Martinez, but it's just, how realistic is that to get done? Again, it all comes down to Onana and what price we can get for him. It's a bit of a fuck up slightly. United are definitely being ambitious with some of these targets. Maybe got to be a little bit more realistic in the same breath, because what's the likelihood that a club gets all their number one targets straight away? I mean, Mbeumo and Cunha look like the number one targets. That'll get done. It's just beyond that. It's just a waiting game, and it's a lot of transfers that we need as well. Yeah, of course. That's the clear message that's gone out about even just Gyokeres in general. It's quite obvious the club wants Gyokeres. Amram wants Gyokeres. Gyokeres wants Man United. Arsenal also interested, but they're pursuing Sesko. Maybe this is the whole reason why Arsenal decided not to deal with Sporting at the moment. They want to pay all the money up for him, but then again, it's pretty much the same price of what Sesko's going for. So maybe that doesn't even make sense. Atro, been AFK from usually for some time. I mean, I swear I see you in the comments the other day. What's happening with Gyokeres and then Mbeumo? Mbeumo, same old. I don't think it's getting dragged. I just feel like it's just, I don't know. I feel like in the same breath, I think Man United are just taking their time with this. Every time you see a journalist come out and say, oh, no, not looking to drag this saga out for too long, it drags out. Penny pinching. I know it's a flipping joke. It's because you put them on great wages and they don't want to leave, aka Sancho. I mean, Garnacho isn't on a great wage. He's not on a great wage whatsoever. So it should be easy to shift someone like that, in my opinion. It's just the ones of the past. Your Jadon Sancho's and Marcus Rashford's. Giving him that contract was absolutely stupid. I have a feeling we'll keep Onana if we don't sell him on a loss, and absolutely no one will pay that 40 million for the calamity. I mean, 40 million is definitely not a loss, but we're going to definitely hold up for something like 25 million. Loan do at best, but how are we going to fund a new goalkeeper then? I have no idea. Better get selling one of the academy youngsters then, innit? If there's someone that can go out for 10 million, then pretty much, thank you very much. Also, you know what? We still forget, if Elanga is to leave, which I highly doubt there'd be money that way, and people forget about the Alvaro Fernandez money, but it depends. If you can shift one of the goalkeepers, I mean, Onana, he's at risk of becoming number 2. So if he wants to sit on that bench, then by all means sit on that bench. But we definitely need a new goalkeeper. And if you've got someone like Vanya as a target and that new goalkeeper, let me have a little check of his name. I saw it earlier. His name he's from Nice. So again, this don't make any sense. Marcin Bolka, if that's his name. Oh, I know who this guy is. Of course I know who this guy is. But what I don't understand about this transfer is we wasn't allowed Todibo. So what makes you think we're going to go get this goalkeeper as well? How are we gonna do that? They literally denied us before. How are they gonna say, yeah, you know what, this time's fine. This time around, this is fine. You can go get him. How is it like? I don't understand. He says Nice's Marcin Bolka is one name on Manchester United's list of potential goalies. United are still determining whether to go for a number 1. Nana hasn't been informed he's surplus the requirement, but it's an open situation. Emi Martinez also on United's radar, along with Atletico Madrid. Well, I think he's been told that he's there for surplus requirements because he wasn't involved against Aston Villa. If that doesn't tell me that you're up for sale, I don't know what does. You can't just get left out and be like, you know what? Come back in, lad. Come on. You're gonna be the number 1 goalkeeper for next season. Fuck off. I'm not sure how it's gonna work, but I'm gonna leave that to a couple other people. So I want to go watch some Nigerian matches, and I want to definitely watch Morocco. Would you take Kudus? Obviously, but there's no need for him anymore because we're getting Mbumo. We got offered him. Actually, it came out yesterday. Again, we was offered Kudus, but we rejected it. Too much money. Clearly, West Ham want to raise some money, but yeah, we need to force Rasmus out. I think he knows I think he knows that he's gonna be going. You know, like he's not wanted anymore. And I don't even think that just comes from the manager. I think it comes from the club itself. Of course, he's going to come out after, I think he had an international game and says, I'm contracted to Man United, I have a very long contract. Well, he's just stating the fact that he's got a long contract. And of course, you're not going to say, I want to leave unless you're somebody else. It's just, I don't think that's within his character. Bolka is average and Nana is dog shit. I don't know much about him. I watched Nice at the start of the season. They were actually very impressive. But my knowledge when it comes down to the French league is very scarce. Like I might watch an odd game, a random game, and I don't really follow someone. I should follow a team really and just like, you know what, I like that player. You know, really like Marseille, like they got quite a good team. Probably follow them a little bit next year since they're in the Champions League. But I don't have extensive knowledge of how good this Bolka really is. But the same breath, I don't think a lot of us know a lot about Vanya either. But we make that assumption that he's good because he's 6 foot flipping forever and he's, you know, he saves a lot of penalties. I ask you if I can become a mod and never a foul. Why do you want to become a mod so much? Like, what is it? There's so many mods. They do the job. I mean, pretty much to a degree. What makes you want to become a mod? Because at this rate, that means I have to make everyone a mod and everyone gets a blue name. Douglas Luiz and Mwani on loan would save us money. Realistic options, aren't they? But I mean, I'd take them. I'm not gonna lie, I would take them. Yeah, I see Joan Garcia. He's gone to Barcelona now. Ahmad is more of a pure winger. I think Ahmad's more of a 10. Kudi's inside forward, Cam Nut, false 9. Yeah, he'd be good. Yeah, Gov done his bit. But yeah, man, this Gyokeres stuff is gonna drag. It's gonna really drag out. And I'm not looking forward to it. I do want to see some names linked. I'll be real, because this is my 4th account, Cass. I mean, so why am I going to give a mod to someone who's got 4 damn accounts? Is that not putting me more at risk? Do you have another account that's modded? I'm confused. No, we ain't been linked with no midfielders yet. I feel like all the midfield links, as soon as, you know what? I look at it like this, yeah? You know when we was linked to Mbumo? Oh, sorry, Cunha. They were talking about who, you know, we wanted another 10. And this, again, this is just pure speculation. We saw like a different kind of bulk of targets come out for the right wing spot. You know, you had Tyler Dibbling as an alternative. Mbumo was another name. And there was another name on top of that. There was a couple names, to be fair. I just can't remember. And then now that Cunha's been done, you know, you see Burma come out and all this speculation has come out is about all the strikers that we want. You know, Mateta's interest. Osimhen talk, Gyokeres talk. Right now, what we're doing as we speak. But whenever he comes, I just feel like as soon as Mbermo's done and there's a focus on a striker, of course we're going to be looking at, oh, who's going to be going and joining the club or whatever, whichever circle. Then I believe, have you not seen there's been like a soft launch of targets for goalkeepers? To be fair, it's like the club are taking the piss in terms of, yeah, we want goalkeeper, but why is there no midfielders? It's like they're trying to get the goalkeeper situation sorted before the midfield situation. Has no one actually clocked that yet? Because I feel like I've done that. Ineos are moving spooky. This rebuild looking dusty. Yeah, but you wasn't saying that 5 days ago, was you? This is what I mean about the dopamine. The dopamine's wearing off, and now we're all trying to get in a rush for somebody. We already know what it is. It's just that every day we're waking up and it's just pretty much the same news. We want the next buzz. What? Nah, this is... All right, this looks as confusing. This looks as confusing as ever. Kepa is the answer, yeah? All right, good for you. Hayden Hackney is going to be available. I want him. I really want him. I really want him. Would you keep Onana for another season for a decent midfielder? Yeah. I don't care, man. I don't expect to win the league this year. And I know Onana's going to have blunders, but if it means I get a good midfielder, of course. I'm not. Nah, Atro, I'm not prepared, man. I can't be watching Bruno Fernandes and Casemiro and Agate as our midfield options. Look, if he came out and said, you know what, Toby Colley, you're my guy, or Sekou Kone, I'm going to believe in everything you can do. I'll trust you. You're going to go into the team. I'll be like, you know what, I'll get behind that. You know, you look at yesterday, like Lamine Kamara. Oh, mate, you know what? I'm going to be honest. It was more just Gana Gay that done a lot of the midfield yesterday. Oh my God, Mason Mount. Anyways. Yeah, it was more just Gana Gay yesterday. But in the second half, that Lamine Kamara just showed why he's you know what? I looked at him thinking, he's playing in the 8, not even in the 6 more times. So he's doing probably a role that he's not really suited to, in my opinion. Going further forward is not his game. But, you know, you see free kicks, corners, he was taking them and he was bossing it. Couldn't even get close to him. They were just absolutely rude. I mean, through just... Against England, the way they set up, and I know it's England, but I remember I looked at us, right, and we were trying to play out from the back, and I'm thinking, cool, we got pressured, we booted it long. They have Koulibaly and they have Niakate at the back, and they got that Juve at left back, right, and they played out the back. It took about 3-4 passes, and before you know it, Lamine Kamara sprays it all the way to Ismail Sarr, and I'm thinking, just like that, we got absolutely taken out with literally 3 sequences. And that's what I feel like with United. When I look at England, I feel like I'm watching United sometimes. You know, even though they got much better players, obviously, because it's England, Lewis Skelly and the rest of it. But it's like us when we try to play out from the back. Every time we do that, we just go long when we get pressured. We do need someone that's very capable in the midfield. That's why I say we need a midfielder so much. Or you know what? It's either that or you go and trust your youngsters to develop, because otherwise it's dumb. I'm more concerned, interested in the brothers that we are going to sell. I can't be seeing the scrubs at this club next season. Not here for that. But we've got to be realistic. I don't think we can get rid of every single one of them, but getting rid of a few bad eggs, I still think it happens. It's just when. It's always going to be a question of when. No, don't apologize, you donut. Amrin keeping Bruno, who will play in a pivot, has basically muddied it. Yeah, I don't think that's what the manager would desire, let alone a club, let alone us fans. I think we can play Maguire as a striker. It's an option, isn't it? It's an option. Tell you that for free. Can you imagine? But yeah, no, let's be real. The Gyokeres stuff, and let's go on to the Osimhen as well. I don't know how this one makes sense. It's an off report, but it's just a report, right? But I thought I'm going to talk on that. But it don't make sense for me because when I look at Zirkzee, I don't think the manager favours him. I'll be real. As much as we might like him, the manager clearly looks like this guy's a bit part player. He's not in his plans as the first teamer, but he's a good footballer. Now, the way Napoli play, I mean, is he an upgrade on what Scott McTominay can do? I think so. I think he's already proven himself in a Serie A. I'd think that Napoli would want him, But I don't know if United would be reluctant to go and get rid of him in the same window as someone like Højlund, because we're not bringing in 2 strikers, so it don't make no sense whatsoever. But with the free market there available, who knows who you might go and get. But a swap deal, this swap deal nonsense with, with Osimhen, it could be on the cards. But I just don't see how it works. Swap deals are so rare in football. You don't see it because he doesn't do anything for either team's books whatsoever. But Zirkzee leaving this summer, from from the post that I saw online, obviously with different fans and whatnot, he's been obviously spotted on holiday. I don't think he's going anywhere. Again, I think it's just a little bit of fake news. I don't see Zirkzee wanting to leave.
It's fake news.
Literally. I don't see him wanting to leave Man United at the moment. I think he's just landed. Leaving straight away is quite bad on the CV. I don't want to see him leave. But if you would, let me ask you lot, because it's all hypothetical, of course. It's all transfers. We love doing this. We like playing Ultimate Team over it, right? Would you sacrifice Zirkzee if it meant going to get Osimhen in the door? I think all of us Man United fans would say yes. I would. I think there's a lot more to Zirkzee's game than what meets the eye. He's had a season to land in the Prem. He's had to shred a little bit of weight as well, because he came over a little bit too heavy. Every time he played, more time than less, he become flawless. Straight after that Newcastle game, he kind of proved why he has a place in this team. He's a good option. We shouldn't be getting rid of our footballers, because there's so many non-footballers at this club that can't even play flipping a 2-touch pass. They have to have their head down. They take about 4 minutes to make the next pass. I mean, I would swap him in a heartbeat, but I just don't see this Osimhen saga. I just don't see where Man United land with this. I just feel like our name is getting thrown into the hat in there to, I don't know, bump up, I don't know, clicks, you could say. I don't think we're in for Osimhen. I'm going to be real. I mean, Osimhen's dream is Man United, but Osimhen's dream was also Chelsea. And that's not happening either. So I don't know what's going to go on with that. It's definitely optimistic. He's got pretty much the same valuation of a release clause near Gyokeres' deal. So, but with this club, I just don't think they're going to want to do it. You got AFCON tax losing them out. So that's another player you would lose out to AFCON. And that's why I don't think the club will want him. I said it yesterday. And even on top of that, it's just dealing with Napoli is difficult. Dealing with Napoli is super difficult. So that's why I can't see it again. It's a hard one to tell, but I don't see Zirkzee going anywhere. But I disagree with this. Also, I don't think Osimhen's all about the money. I think he's playing it smart, because if he was all about the money, he would have went to Al Hilal and made gazillions, right? But in this current market of strikers, he's demanding a certain fee. And obviously when there's a lack of decent strikers out there, someone will eventually pay your wage demands. I feel like United won't go anywhere near that wage demand. Same thing with Gyokeres. If he wanted 300k per week, he's not getting it. I do think he'll get something close to 200k, but I don't know how much Osimhen or whoever is willing to upgrade their wage only by what, 30 grand? I mean, with Gyokeres, he's on small money, so upgrading anything he does, he better take it, because no other club's in for him but Man United at the moment. I think that relationship went when I think he was getting racially abused in the stands by I'm not too sure what fans it were. It could have been, I don't know if it was Italian fans or it was Napoli fans. I couldn't imagine it'd be Napoli fans, because he just won in the league with Kvaratskhelia and that. But after that, I think the president must have said something that was just not in the version of like defending Osimhen away from the racism. And after that, it kind of collapsed. Like the whole relationship collapsed. I think Osimhen just had enough that the abuse he was getting, it was disgusting. So I don't really blame him for wanting to leave. And ever since then, he's just like, obviously he got his loan to Galatasaray and whatnot. So yeah. But yeah, I don't think Osimhen comes to Man United this summer. Same way, I don't think Antony goes to Real Betis this summer. Because if you're going to do an obligation for Antony, not an option is disgusting work. Yeah, Betis are just trying to use this, I don't know, passion that Antony thinks, they think Antony's got for the club because he scored a few goals. Look, Antony's about his money as well, you know. Antony's about going to the next big club. You think he's going to get a light that's going to shine over him by playing for Betis? Not really. He only goes so far. They're taking a piss. The fact that they think they can come in with a loan with an option, which come out today, by the way, is pathetic. is absolutely pathetic. If it's not an obligation for a certain amount of money, then there's no point, because option is just an option. You haven't exactly gotten rid of that player, have you? Yeah, they got Cardoso money to spend, but they're probably going to allocate that money into other areas as well. They can't just use that all on Antony. They just think they can just suss United and use that to their advantage because he's a one-to-way player. If there's other teams in for him, which there's been said, like Leverkusen, Juventus, Atletico Madrid, one of them will pay up the money, 30-odd million. 30 million minimum. Record transfer, 1998. It's just, yeah, come on, man. Even with obligation, look what happened with Sancho. I feel like United would have to insert a clause for Antony saying, okay, you know what? The obligation to cancel, you can't cancel it, and you have to agree to that. Leipzig, Bud, 20 million for that Rodriguez. Oh, yeah, he's going as well. So, yeah, they got the money. Fork up the money. If there's an obligation that they can't, because you can still, if it's an obligation, it doesn't matter. As long as he's away from United, it don't matter. But I saw even on the report saying that, you know, they want United to help out with his wages. And I'm thinking, what? You're taking the piss. You're taking the piss, mate. What do you mean help out with his wages with a loan, with an option? What's the point of even offering that? What's the point? What is the point? Absolute dross, mate. All trying to take the piss. Why can't Saudi come for some of these players? Why can't Antony go over there? Go give us that 40 million and be done with it. Yeah, I think so. I'm not too sure what happened with Osimhen. But yeah, United need to get a move on. This Rashford sell not happening anytime soon. That's going to get dragged. Barcelona know exactly what they're doing. They're probably going to end up with Rashford on loan. I promise you, they'll probably end up with him on loan, yeah? This is why you don't give all these players high-ass wages. And this is exactly why I'm against Kobe Minu getting a high-ass wage in the same breath. And I don't think the club's stupid enough to do that. Did you see the PSR thing to that Sky Sports? No, I haven't. Yeah, and Cunha, look, other than, I'm not going to lie, Martinelli put one ball on the plate for Cunha and he missed. But then Cunha put an absolute ball on the plate for Vinny Jr. and then Vinny Jr. missed. I only saw part performance. I haven't watched all of it, but I'm definitely going to do it after this game. Let me see this. What do you mean fairs? For what? Man City won that Nyapan. I couldn't give a shit about Nyapan, I'll be real. All these youngsters that might become good, they're going out on loan for years. Who gives a fuck? I haven't seen this thing on Sky Sports. I'm trying to check it now. Sky. What one is it, Fraser? Sky Sports Premier League. How much do you think Lamine Kamara is worth? I'm gonna go off what. Let me just go on Lamine Kamara, yeah, because it is the French league, so it can't be that much money. But I think they would come. Let me just see what it says on Transfer Market. Well, according to Transfer Market, his value is 22 million euros. I think Monaco would want something between 25 and 35 million. That's just my guess. That's my guess. By the way, people, I have no idea if you've done anything yet, but have you smashed the likes? If you haven't smashed the likes, it would be very much appreciated. I don't know what we're on. I'm going to double check right now. We are on. We're on 127 likes, which is, why is it making me get verified? You fucking, you piss, this thing pisses me off. Give me a second. It's a YouTube thing. They make you verify your email and stuff just to make sure no one's taking a piss. There's about 2,000 people that have come through this channel and have not liked the video. So that means a good 1,800 or so people have passed through this and legit haven't liked this video. Can you imagine? 136 likes. I want this. If this gets 200, I won't even ask again. And subscribe if you're new as well. What's this phrase? It says it's on YouTube cast. Call Sky Sports News. Call. What do you mean call them? I can't call them. Sky Sports. Are you sure it's not called Sky Sports Premier League or what are we doing? I'm trying to find it now. How much will Man United, Chelsea, and Villa have to spend? What are you, brother? Just send me the fucking link, man. Fucking around too much. Right, cool. Let me see this then. Kieran Maguire. All right, let's have a little butch because I can't play this. No, I'm gonna keep this down. Oh no, it's a graph, so this is pretty much useless. But I'm pretty sure it's like 75 million, isn't it? Oh, he's not a mod, but I can see it here. Don't worry about that. If he was to, I can accept it, or one of the mods can accept it. But I saw it. I don't know what he said, so let me know what he said. Aston Villa need money. Let them. Hey, like I said, Kamara. I'm gonna listen to this, by the way. Fraser, you know what? Why is Fraser not even? I know that Ianemi is gonna. Ianemi, are you still in there? Let me know if you're still in there. He's gonna get pissed off because Fraser's like a mod in pretty much every channel in it. So my bad. I mean, my finger slipped. I don't want Tielemans. We need energy, and you think Tielemans is the answer? Fucking hell, man. Imagine putting Tielemans and Bruno Fernandes in the same team. That's just a recipe for disaster. Big up Don Dada as well, man. Why you not? You seen this, Cass? What's this? I'm gonna rep in a second as well. I haven't seen this. PSR is dead. It might be, yeah, but it's just gonna reform all the stuff. Anyways, people, I'm gonna wrap up now. If there's any other news, I'll be back later on tonight. Might have a panel, might not have a panel. I haven't done a panel show in forever, but I'm gonna go watch that video Fraser just mentioned, and I'm gonna go watch some Cunha highlights. This is gonna get redirected over to Monts. So whatever you lot do, just go cast rate it up. There's 300 of you in here. Trust me, all of you are gonna want to understand what he's talking about. You'll be interested, I promise you. So big up to everyone that's here.